let's see. Google Maps says to go to the right. Wait, hold on. Now it's saying to go to the left? It's saying now to the left again. Google Maps seems to be lost. If Google Maps gets lost, that means that I'll also get lost. Well, hey everyone. Welcome to Studio Classroom on the air. My name is Rebecca. I was trying to use Google Maps to help me find my way inside the studio, but it doesn't actually seem to work very well. Usually I love using Google Maps, but sometimes it gets lost or confused. Well, today's lesson is titled Google Maps AR. And here are a few phrases, words and phrases that we're going to talk about today. First is real time. And the second is to and fro. Well, friends, I know you have your magazines, so open them up to today's lesson. And I'm going to try using Google Maps one more time to see if we can find our way inside the studio. Okay, ready? It says to go this direction. All right, there we go, straight. Here we are.
Google Maps AR. Google wants to augment your reality. You probably have a very straightforward experience while using Google Maps on your phone. Enter in your destination and a suggested route appears. Maps then uses GPS to determine your real-time location, which displays where you are and which way to turn. What could be simpler? However, sometimes there is an annoying complication. It occurs most often in urban areas, and it is especially common after leaving underground places, like a subway station. At that moment, maps can't accurately locate your position. The marker that displays your location is frozen, or it jumps around from place to place.
And Gabe, I'm excited about talking about Google Maps.
No, you're not. Are you really, Rebecca?
Well, I mean, not overly excited, but I'm excited about learning about augmented reality, which we'll talk about more tomorrow because it's actually really fascinating, and real-time location. Those are all different things we'll be talking about, and it's actually pretty cool.
Well, it's a pretty technological lesson, friends. And so there are a lot of great English words and phrases, of course, that we want to talk about as well. But you're going to be learning about something new Google is coming out with, Google Maps AR. It's kind of a fun phrase we see right there. Google wants to augment your reality. That means they want to make it bigger and better in some way.
That's right. Well, I have a question for you, Gabe, and of course for you, friends, before we get into our lesson. And the question is, have you ever had problems using Google Maps?
Problems using Google Maps. Not just Google Maps, any other map app. Map app. That's a great rhyme. Yeah, sometimes they give me problems. So for example, if I'm in a place that has a lot of tall buildings, then sometimes the arrow will point me in the wrong direction, or sometimes I've encountered the problem that it's telling me to get off on one street, but I look around me and there's no street there. So when I'm driving in my car, right? And so I think that's just some of the glitches that can happen when you have Google Maps or something like that. So it's a good thing that Google is trying to do something about that problem.
Well, guess what, Gabe?
What's up?
Our lesson talks about that exact issue. You definitely discussed it. I think you're probably not alone. Well, we start right at the beginning of our lesson. You probably have a very straightforward experience while using Google Maps on your phone. Now let's take a look at this word straightforward. This just means that something is easy to understand. It's very simple.
That's right. So, for example, it's good to give straightforward directions. If you need to tell someone how to get somewhere, you could write it down, or you could enter the address into their Google Maps. That should give them straightforward directions for how to get there. Very clear, very concise. They can follow them very easily because they're straightforward. Sometimes I've heard people say, "Can you give me a straightforward answer? Stop trying to lie to me. Stop trying to tell me it's this when it's actually that. Give me a straight answer, a straightforward one."
Right. So our lesson is talking about how you probably have had a very straightforward experience while using Google Maps on your phone. I know that I use Google Maps whenever I'm trying to go to a new place, and usually I don't have many problems, but every once in a while I can have serious problems. Well, we read, enter in your destination and a suggested route appears. Maps then uses GPS to determine your real-time location, which displays where you are and which way to turn. It's a lot of information there, but we want to take a look at this word real-time. That just presents, or it's presented as the same time as an event actually is.
Okay, so perhaps there are TV shows that are recorded ahead of time and then they're broadcast on TV later in the day or later in the week or month. But of course, another kind of TV show is like the news or something that is reporting in real time. You're watching it as it's actually happening or being reported. That's just another example of something that happens in real time.
Okay, so our lesson is talking about how it's, usually using Google Maps is pretty straightforward. And we see a question here. What could be simpler? However, sometimes there is an annoying complication. It occurs most often in urban areas, and it is especially common after leaving underground places like a subway station.
That's right. Your marker freezes, or maybe it jumps around from place to place. And you know what? Rebecca, you mentioned something about when you get directions or you have an address, you want to put it into the Google Maps, right? Maybe you can put something on the map?
Ooh, that's a great phrase. Let's learn about that in the Info Cloud.
Hello, friends. Welcome to Info Cloud. You know, Rex, I've been thinking of visiting Korea for my vacation. Do you have any suggestions where we should go?
Oh, you definitely should go to Everland, the biggest amusement park in a little city called Yongin. My family and I had so much fun there. The amusement park Everland really put that small city on the map.
Wow, sounds like a really interesting place to visit. Let's explain a little bit about putting something or someone on the map and what it really means.
Putting something or someone on the map has the implication that something or someone is made famous or has gained a lot of publicity.
When you put a person or a thing or a place on the map, you are making them visible for the public to see.
An example would be, that movie really put the young actor on the map, or this product was so successful that it has put the company on the map.
This expression can be used to describe people, things, places, or just about anything that are made famous to the public.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Studio Classroom, where we are talking about Google Maps AR. Have you ever used Google Maps and all of a sudden Google Maps stopped working? It literally froze? Well, that has happened to me several times, and it can be actually rather frustrating, right? This usually happens to me when I'm coming up from the MRT, so it's underground, and then I'm coming to the top, like the surface, right? Well, we have more to learn about Google Maps AR right now, so let's get back to our lesson.
Google Maps AR. Typically, this difficulty to fix your location occurs when buildings and other obstacles disrupt the satellite signals GPS uses to determine your position. Given enough time, the location issues will generally resolve themselves. But until they do, you have to guess which way to go. If you're lucky, you head off in the right direction. If not, you find yourself walking to and fro, trying to figure out where to go. To deal with this problem, Google is adding a feature that will help eliminate the possibility of being led astray while using maps. Augmented reality.
We're talking about some of the complications of using Google Maps. We read typically this difficulty to fix your location occurs when buildings and other obstacles disrupt the satellite signals GPS uses to determine your position. And I know, Gabe, you had shared about your experience earlier, and I think that's exactly what you were talking about, right?
A painful experience, yes, Rebecca, coming up from those subways or underground somewhere and coming into an urban area with lots of tall buildings and trees. Yes, it can disrupt the satellite signal, and I won't get a clear GPS signal. I won't know exactly where I'm going.
Well, given enough time, the location issues will generally resolve themselves. That means they'll fix themselves and get you back on track.
That is, if you have enough time.
Well,
right?
that's right. If you have enough time. That's a key word there. But until they do, you have to guess which way to go. If you're lucky, you head off in the right direction. Let's take a look at the phrase to head off. This just means that you leave a place, you start a journey, you start going somewhere.
That's right. So, for example, I'm going to head off to the store. Do you need me to buy anything? Any eggs or milk or anything like that? I'm heading off.
Bread.
Excellent. Another related phrase that we sometimes use is head out. I'm heading out right now. I'm leaving. Goodbye.
See you.
Thanks.
But you can't go anywhere right now, Gabe.
I know.
Later.
Right.
Okay, so back to Google Maps. And if you're lucky enough, you just might head off or head in the right direction. If not, you find yourself walking to and fro, trying to figure out where to go. Now, we wanted to talk about this phrase to and fro because it has a very special meaning. It means that you go in one direction. Then you go in the opposite direction. And then you go the other direction. Usually you do that many times.
That's right. You're kind of wandering. Sometimes people walk to and fro when they don't have a certain goal or direction that they're going. They're wandering to and fro, we would say. A related phrase is back and forth. He's just pacing back and forth. We use those phrases in slightly different ways. I think to and fro is more the idea maybe in a bigger area, like in our lesson, if you're walking from one place to the next and you're not exactly sure where to go, you're walking to and fro.
That's right, but there is good news. Our lesson says to deal with this problem, Google is adding a feature that will help eliminate the possibility of being led astray while using maps. And what is this new feature, Gabe?
Of course, it is augmented reality. It's the AR from our title, right? Google Maps AR. Now, I just want to say, I think it's very useful to look at how this works in a video, and I think you should check it out when you have time in a video on YouTube called Google Maps AR First Look. Just type in Google Maps AR and it'll come up. I think it's very useful. It'll help out.
It will. Sometimes using Google Maps can be a challenge. Well, you know, right now it's time for our very own SC Challenge.
All right, friends, for today's SC Challenge, we're going to play a game that we tried once last month. It's called Word Match. But before we do, let's find out who our players are.
Hey, friends, I'm Pauline. I always love playing games, especially against this guy.
Hello, everyone. This is Josh, and I am up for the challenge of beating my wife at answering questions correctly.
Okay, well, as we did last time, I am going to say some words, and we're going to see if you can finish the word with, to finish a single word or make maybe two words that is a common phrase. So, for example, if the word is water, then you could complete it with the word fall to make waterfall. Or you maybe make it two words, water bottle, right? So, we have 5 words in my hand right here, and the first one is... Well, before I say what that word is, who is going to go first? Let's do 剪刀石头布. So you guys do rock, paper, scissors. Yes, Pauline got the rock. She will be first. Okay, you're the first to guess. So the word is reality. Do you have a guess for this word? Reality what?
Reality check.
Reality check? Let's see, Josh, did you?
That would have been my first guess, but maybe a reality show.
Reality show? Oh my goodness. Okay, neither of you are correct. However, I'm going to leave it up for you guys to guess now from my hint. It's actually a little closer to Josh's guess. So do you guys want to guess? It's more like a reality show. Yeah, go ahead.
Reality TV.
Reality TV. You are correct, Pauline, okay? Reality TV. Okay, here is the second one. Phone. Josh, you'll go first this time.
Phone book.
Phone book. Pauline?
Phone call.
Phone call is correct.
Oh.
Nice job. Yes, phone call right here. Okay, the third one is common. Common. Pauline, you will go first this time.
Commonplace.
Commonplace. Josh?
Common ground.
Common ground. That is excellent. Both are excellent. Actually, Pauline, you got it. It is commonplace. Nice job. Okay, that is something that's not out of the ordinary. It's just kind of something you can see every day. Here is number 4. It is head. So, Josh, would you please go first this time?
Head out.
Head out. Oh, man, there's so many options you could do with this one. Pauline?
Headlight.
Headlight. Okay, neither are correct. This, let me give you a hint. This is something that will make you feel in pain. It's not something that causes pain to your stomach, but Josh?
A headache.
Headache is correct. Okay? Friends, the last word that appears in your lesson that I chose to use is help. Pauline, your chance to go first. Help out. Josh?
Help mate.
Help mate. Those are both great guesses. No, this one is when you feel like you want to do something, but you can't.
Oh.
You are, yes, Pauline?
Helpless.
Helpless is correct, friends. What were your guesses? Pauline is today's winner. You guys both did a great job. Friends, that's all the time we have for today's SC Challenge.
Sometimes I just love Google Maps, but sometimes Google Maps can be very frustrating. I'm sure you have all had a similar experience at one time or other. However, I have great news for you. Google Maps is adding a new feature called AR, Augmented Reality. We're going to learn more about that tomorrow. So friends, make sure you join us tomorrow as we learn about augmented reality right here on Studio Classroom.